Hello, my darlings. Welcome back. Welcome in. Everybody come in and just take a real deep breath with me. And release that and sort of release your day, or the night, wherever you're at, whenever you see this. Let's just kind of clear the field a little bit and close the door on the rest of the world and just be here with the cards for the next 20 minutes or so and see what we come up with. This is going to be a love reading. I'm going to do a bit of a pick a card love reading. We're going to draw some cards with the Divine Tarot, and then I'm going to clarify with either the Wild Unknown or the Cat Tarot. That's where the pick a card part comes in. But, everything's all connected, so it's not one of those ones where I'm going to put timestamps in or anything. Just watch the whole video, see what you learn, but do pick an energy. What I'm going to have you do is I'm going to have you pick between my little octopus friend here or my little turtle friend here. My little sea creatures. I got a theme going on over here. And then I'm going to flip a euro because I don't have any American money. I've only got the money I brought back from Paris. So I'm going to flip a euro and we're going to decide which of these animals is which of these decks. So if you don't have your animal picked out, pause the video because I'm going to flip this and we're going to move on. All right. Heads. That's the way that has come together. So let me just move these guys out of the way for a minute. And we'll get to the Divine Tarot. What I would like to focus on, now this is me, what I would like to focus on today is actually I would like to focus on any work that we still have left to do, because when I started this channel in December, I told you all then, I said that I really believe that these soulmate connections are going to start coming together in the spring. And I was here in the winter because we had work to do to be ready. So I would really like to focus on, where are we at with that? What kind of work still needs to be done? Is there anything that needs to be brought to our attention? Is there anything that we're missing so that we can be ready to have our best shot in the spring? So on the bottom of our deck here, ooh, wow, we got the Ten of Swords. Let's see what's fueling the Ten of Swords. The Emperor. And we have the Fool. And the Page of Wands, covered with the Queen of Swords, who was followed immediately by the King of Swords. All right. Something is over and we're starting anew, and we need to start with the childlike enthusiasm in our truth. I think what this is like, what needs to end is our old idea of what happily ever after looked like, what our Prince Charming looks like, or Princess Charming looks like. The White Knight idea. This is not, our parents' fairy tales that are coming together here. This situation with the sacred soulmates is something that this planet I don't think has ever seen. Bear with me. This is what I understand from my experiences, from my guides, from what I channel. The sacred soulmates that are coming together, I like that term rather than twin flame, because I think twin flames, I think the label is misused. So I kind of created my own label. But twin flame, deep soul connection, sacred soulmate, extraordinary soul bonds, whatever you want to put it. There is a type of soulmated, romantic, destiny type relationship they're coming together on the planet. They kind of got activated in 2012. It doesn't mean you knew them in 2012. You've probably been on a journey. I met my twin flame in 2012. That went on for, a couple of years and ended and completely changed my life. I'm in a different type of soulmate situation with a different person at this part, totally in separation. I haven't spoken to him in years. I see him all the time. He sees me, but we don't speak. And yet still my guides keep telling me, no, this is where the destiny lies. So I trust that, and I try to stay open to that, and I try to do my work to be ready when that comes around. And that's what I encourage you to do, because I think that these types of relationships are very fated. The timing is very fated. But they're not what we pictured in our head, when we were young growing up, or, the story on soulmates and everything is really changing. I mean, even in our media and stuff, you'll see that in fairy tales. Disney doesn't make a happily ever after story anymore. In fact, I think the last few, there wasn't even romance really in them. I used to be a romance novelist. That's what I used to write for a living. And, even that changed to that we didn't need to write happily ever after. We just needed to write happily for now endings. So, our understanding on the planet, and this, not to completely bore you, I am going to get onto the reading in a second, but this kind of goes back to the 80s when Pluto and Saturn, they were conjunct in Libra. They really reset our understanding and our structure around relationships, and particularly traditional marriage type relationships. And there's been some good in that, where we have gay marriage and, same-sex marriage and all of that. There's also been a lot of bad in that, where we've pretty much torn apart the romanticized ideal. I believe that the sacred soulmates are here to bring an elevated ideal of what love and romance actually is, of what passion is, of what, this sacred relationship, this sacred romance, this otherworldly, bonded from the other realms kind of a relationship, and the energy that'll affect on the planet will change this planet. There you go. There's my long diatribe before we get to the readings. So I think that that's where we're at right now. That needed to end. We're here at this new beginning. It's a protected new beginning. This is the Four of Pentacles, which can be a miserly card, but with this vulture here, in the energy on this card today, as I pull it, is more protective. It's more like we've taken like our stability and we've sort of kind of gone underground with it. We've sort of pulled into ourselves to heal, to learn new things, to get ourselves in our best place possible to move forward. And when we move forward, we need to have cleared the past. We need to have cleared, most of us will have had many broken hearts in the past. Relationships that did not work out well, marriages that didn't work out. We have to clear that stuff, and we clear it with our truth. And that's the truth about you, about who you are. It's not the truth about who they were or why the relationship didn't work out. It's just who you are. You're a goddess. You're going into this divine, sacred partnership as a goddess. And that's your truth. And that's the work that we're here to do. That's what we're here to move forward in. That's the destiny, if you will. I'm going to separate these up in the deck. And then I'm going to give it another shuffle. A couple shuffles probably really quick. And then we'll go with our reading. On this channel, you'll find all kinds of different tarot reading. I just love tarot. I think it's fantastic. I love it. I think it gets past some of our brain stuff to show us things that are going on in our subconscious, and can really be helpful in getting us unstuck. I've, done tarot for a decade now, and that's always been kind of my forte, is like helping people get unstuck and move forward. This particular reading, like I said, the reason I'm on YouTube is to try to reach out and connect with the sacred soulmates, because, we all have an understanding, a piece of the elephant, if you will, about what's going on the planet right now with this shift. This is my piece of the elephant, and I am here to share it with you. If it resonates with you, great. Dig in, do some research, meditate, take it back to your own guides, all of that stuff. If it doesn't resonate, then I'm not your reader, most likely. We can still be friends. I'm going to put some other stuff on the channel soon, manifestation and even some fun, just life stuff. So, stick around, subscribe if you haven't, all of that good stuff. I really want to grow the channel to 1,000 subscribers so that we can do some live content, because I think that'll be really fun. All right, so, this is interesting. Okay, so did the shuffle. So now what we're clarifying is the Ten of Coins. Now, the Ten of Coins, Ten of Pentacles. it is the happily ever after, the grounded happily ever after that I think most of us are really, truly looking for. I'm not really we're going to just set that off to the side. That's the energy that we're clarifying. Actually, I'm not going to set it off to the side. Can you guys see it if I put it back here? Hopefully you can. I'll put it back here with Ganesh. Because I tend to run out of room. All right. And what I'm going to draw is I'm just going to draw 2 cards here. We've got the Page of Swords and the Knight of Wands. Okay, Page of Swords, we're back to that youthful energy. Swords are always, you know, decisive action. Very, Page of Swords is wants to learn things, wants to experience new things, that kind of thing. Knight of Wands, passionate message coming in. So this is where we're going to get down to clarifying. Turtle goes over here. So it goes here, and I'm going to actually do the right side first. I always do read tarot a little bit backwards. It's like I tend to go upside down and backwards. Do I need to shuffle these again? Sorry, asking my guides, not you all. No, okay. Okay, we've got the 5 of Pentacles. The 8 of Cups. Oops, the Queen of Wands over here. And over here. Oops, it's upside down. My guides tell me not to do reversed cards because I read the energy, and the energy is of both reversed and upright is in the cards. So is in, you know, each card. All right. So remember, what we're focusing on here is the work that we still need to do to be ready for our person to come back in. Because most of us are either in separation or we just have this idea in our head about romance and destiny and soulmates. So this is about the work that still needs to be done to move forward. All right. And this was octopus, and I lost my turtle. There he is. This was turtle. All right. So for those of you who chose the sweet little turtle, what I'm getting on this, and a lot of this is going to be, I'm reading energy, not necessarily the cards specifically, but the cards just kind of pull the energy to a point, if that makes sense. Because what I'm getting off of this is you have been hurt in the past. I'm also getting that you probably already know your person. You're running a little wild in the fields right now. And you aren't focused. And this, actually both cards, strain of cards actually kind of have the same vibe on them about you're not quite there yet. On this side, on the right, this is the 5 of Pentacles, which is usually about being left out in the cold. In this particular deck, these cats aren't left out in the cold. They're inside where they're cozy warm, and they've got treats on the windowsill, and, you know, they're together and they're happy. I feel like you need to take a breath, and you still need to walk away from something. I think it's interesting that this particular pile starts with wands and ends with wands. There is a passion. Bear with me. Sorry. I'm getting a lot of messages today, probably because I haven't read for a couple of days. So I'm getting a lot of messages. So just kind of bear with me a little bit. This starts with passion and ends with passion. So what I'm seeing is like, this is a bit of an unruly passion, like a little bit of a wild passion. It's a, you know, kind of a swoop in and light the place on fire and then leave consequences be damned sort of energy on this. You're moving down to this Queen of Wands. Okay, so you're going from the Knight to the Queen. So that's a progression, which is great. The Queen of Wands, you know, well, this particular queen is asleep. But the Queen of Wands is in possession of her power, of her strength, of her magic, of her creativity, of her passion. And I feel like that's what this is about. My concern on this with these 2 cards is that you're in another relationship that's not your relationship, but it's safe and it's cozy and it's warm and it's comfortable. If you want this sacred soulmate situation, that's not your relationship, you know? I mean, I don't know how else to put that. But you don't want to leave it because you don't want to hurt them. And this is, you know, the sacred soulmate is very, you know, it's not tangible yet. So, you know, do you leave something that's comfortable for something that you just think in your head might be? I mean, obviously, you know, that's not the way rational, logical people handle things. But you're the only person that can answer that for you. But that's kind of what I'm seeing in this. I'm going to draw a couple more cards for you to get, just to kind of see if there's any advice that wants to come through on that. We've got the Six of Pentacles, which is about balance. We've got the King of Swords, which is about your truth, and the King of Wands. So you've got mated energy at the end here. So yeah, I mean, you definitely have a better relationship out there. If you're not happy in what you're in, I would suggest really giving some thought to what your situation is, to what relationship you're in, what you're committed to. Maybe it's not a marriage type relationship, but maybe it's a family situation. It could be a job that's even keeping you just distracted and away from what your true purpose, your true calling, your true passion is. Let's go ahead and look at this here and then see how the energies kind of meld together. Because over here we've got the Page of Swords. And on top of that, we've got the Four of Swords, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Hermit card. So on this side here, I'm not getting that there's anything particularly like they have something that's between them and their person. I'm not getting that with you, except for that you still need to do some healing from the past. You still need to do a little bit of healing. You also have a Knight coming in. You've got a Page and a Knight, and then what do you call it? Major Arcana card with the Hermit. Yep, I'm going to pull 3 cards over here for you. I'm going to pull a crossing card for the Page. You've got Justice. Okay, that brings in some more clarity. You've got Justice crossing. This is the Three of Swords crossing this. And this is Justice crossing this. The Hanged Man. Yeah, you're holding. You got double hermits, babe. And a Tower. Okay. Woo-ha. For those of you who chose the Turtle, there's some pain in the past. I feel like you recklessly got yourself involved in another relationship, possibly trying to heal, possibly just trying to get rid of what was in the past and, you know, just to move forward. That's keeping you stuck, though. Instead, it's actually keeping you, you know, quote unquote, out in the cold. It's keeping you away from your actual sacred partnership. I don't think it was the same person that hurt you, though. I think it's somebody else. But I think that there's a lot of fear here that the somebody else doesn't actually exist. It's that you're imagining the connection between you, or you haven't met them, you know, at all. And so you're comforting yourself in whatever it is that you chose to do to forget this person here. The energy here is very clear about you need to walk away from that to be able to walk into your true power, to your goddessness. And over here, you've got, you know, 6 of Coins, which is a card of balance. You've got a King of Swords and a King of Wands. You've got to get into your truth. You need to do, your work still lies in digging down to your truth, cutting away anything that isn't true for you, that isn't right. You know, we all do it. We all kind of live in a certain stage of denial, because it's, you know, it's our way of managing in the world, especially if we're, you know, empaths or we're psychic, we have gifts. The world is harsh, and we put up these walls, and we don't let our truth show through, even to ourselves sometimes. And this reading here is about that. You need to get to that, because at the end, you've got a King of Wands coming in to be with the Queen of Wands. So there's definitely a sacred partnership in that. And you've got a divine feminine, divine masculine energy coming in, but you've got to get to your truth first. I'm going to pull connecting energy in a minute. Let me talk to octopus friends. Your situation is a little different in that there's not another person involved here, but you're possibly still hurting from a twin flame situation or a marriage or a past relationship that you were in. And you're blocking justice. Like, God's trying to bring you justice. You were wronged in the relationship that you were in. You were absolutely wronged in it. And God's trying to bring in justice. But there are things that you don't know. There are things that you need to learn. I'm getting a bit more of a formalized education off of this. So it's like, with justice crossing it, it's like there's some legal aspects possibly that you don't know. There's something in your situation. I don't have a moon card here exactly, but there's something in the situation that's still not quite clear. But this is God trying to bring in justice for you. The advice for you is to continue doing your healing work. You were absolutely wronged in this previous situation, but you need to let it go, and you need to do your healing work because there's more coming for you. This is not the end of you or for you. If this was a page and this is a knight, the Knight of Pentacles is a very slow moving energy. He's coming with a message, but he's coming really, really slow. Actually, I lied to you. This is the Page of Pentacles. So you've got two pages. This is the Page of Pentacles as well. So again, more youthful energy, which we got over here. But what interests me the most is the 3 clarifying cards that I pulled on this stack. This ends in a Hermit card. This Hermit with this Justice to me, and your Page of Swords under here, this is talking to me about you need to learn something. I think it's formalized study of some sort. If there's been a class that you've been getting called to take, going back to more traditional college, or if it's a class in crystals, or a class in spirituality, or something of that nature, history. I just got travel. There's something that you're longing to study. You should be doing that, because I'm sensing that there's stuff going on with your sacred partner. There's some time with this slow moving energy here. You've still got some time before this happens. And this is almost do your healing and keep yourself busy. Do some formalized studying, because you're waiting. You're in a hanged man position, but that means, there's an epiphany coming. There is a moment of learning that's coming. I almost wonder if it's not going to, okay, listen, this is not judgment, and I'm not trying to be harsh, but I feel like this stack here, you've been through the twin flame. You still think that twin flame person is coming back, despite what they did, despite what they hurt you. I don't think that they're coming back. And I think that that's God bringing justice to you. And I think that's what's going to break you out of the hanged man. That's going to push you into the hermit, where you're going to learn stuff. You're going to study stuff. Be inspired. Whatever it is that comes to light here, be inspired to go inward for a while and learn. Learn about your gifts. Learn about, whatever. Do you have artistic talents? What do you want to do with your life? What is your life's passion and your life's purpose here? Take some formalized study with it, because at the end of that, there's a tower, but this isn't a violent tower. This is more of you caused this tower by releasing this past person, getting past this, moving forward, and learning, getting some more insight, more understanding about your own spirituality, or possibly formalized learning. You create your own tower, and in that, your life changes and your sacred partnership comes in. I really hope that made sense. It's like I can see it in my head, but it getting the words out sometimes is not always my forte, and I deeply apologize for that. Yeah, let's pull some. I'm going to pull 3 more cards that'll pull all the energy in together. So this is like advice for everybody, no matter where they're at on this journey. We've got another page. I love tarot. Oops. Okay. That was the Lover's card, in case you guys couldn't see it, represented by Beauty and the Beast in this deck. And we've got the Two of Pentacles over here. Crossing that energy, the Star. Yeah. And then, I don't know why, but the guides wanted me to look one more card down, and I got the Three of Wands. And just kind of sets over to the side. But the Three of Wands is you're waiting. You're waiting for your ship to come in, but it's coming in. You have a sacred partnership. You absolutely have it. That longing in your heart is real. It's true. You've got to get your life cleared up around it so that there's room for that to come in. This is the Page of Pentacles again. So we had this column here had 2 pages of Pentacles. Again, youthful energy. Pages are real youthful energy, real childlike energy. And when we started off, I think, didn't we have the Page of Wands, I think, in that first spread? So there's a lot of pages going on here, which tells me this situation is moving, but it's moving slowly. You're still at the beginning stages. Not of the whole journey, but of the sacred soulmate thing. You're still at like the bottom level of it. That's not exactly what, don't take that the wrong way. I don't mean, that sounded judgy, but I don't mean it that way. I just mean like a page, you go page, knight, queen, king, right? So you're at kind of the first rung of the ladder with all of these pages, but that's good, because what that's telling me is that you still have time to get all your stuff together so that you don't miss this opportunity, so that when your person comes in, this wish, this thing that you've been wishing for, that you've been dreaming about, that you've been wishing for, that absolutely exists. By the time this comes in, you have time still to work out this stuff. This person here, whatever you ran to from pain to recover from your last breakup, your twin flame situation, anything like that, that's not the right thing for you, and you need to resolve that and move on and own yourself, own your power, own your magic. On this side here, it's a little bit more convoluted, but there's a lot more major arcana over here. I feel like you're still stuck in your twin flame situation or a marriage that ended badly. I'm here to tell you that it's okay to move on. It's okay to move on. You need to be honest with yourself. I don't think that relationship it brought you a lot, don't get me wrong, but it's not the one that you ultimately want. It's not this one. It's not this one. I'm telling you, these sacred partnerships are relationships unlike anything we've ever seen before. Between, all of the stuff that we started to see with the twin flame, all the little moments, all the the telepathy and the past life memories, all of that stuff that we started to see in the twin flames. The twin flame, I mean, think of it, it's a flame. It came to burn you to ash. It came to burn you down so that you could be reborn, so that you could be built anew as the type of person that can be in this kind of partnership, in this kind of sacred partnership, sacred soulmate situation. Because the energy of these two people is going to change the planet. It just is. You need to create your own tower moment. You need to open up. It's almost like with this, it's like I almost see people on the left here. You need to open a portal. And again, don't be married to the right or the left. If anything here speaks to you, take it. Take it for what it is. Because this is about opening a portal to the sacred soulmate. For you over here to do that, you need to get rid of whatever you ran to avoid healing from we'll call it your twin flame situation. And for you people over here, it's about being willing to really open your eyes and see the truth and to see justice. Let God bring in the justice and the balance on that. Let whatever you're holding on to, let it go. But I guess really that's both of you. But this is more active, like you need to say goodbye to somebody or a job or set some real strong boundaries with family, something along those lines. And over here, it's a little bit more just in your emotions. It's the person's not really, there's not a physical being or anything physical between you and your twin flame. It's all kind of in your emotional state. I'm going to draw one more card just for happiness for everyone today. Let's see what we got. The Chariot. That is God saying that this is all coming and there's no stopping it. Your only choice is to be ready or not. And this stuff is hard, and I get it. It's hard. It's why I'm doing these readings. I hope that they help on some level. I certainly, as I do them, I'm sending you so much love and comfort and peace and wisdom. This stuff is coming. This stuff is real. And this year is a really important year in the shift on the planet and in these soulmate situations that are tied to the twin flame situations. This is sort of what we've been working towards since 2012. And I'm here to put as much out there as I can that'll help. I just pray that that's where this goes, that this turns on light bulbs for y'all. This gives you validation. This shows you something that you might not have seen before. I'm going to wrap this up here, but I am sending you my love and, like I said, peace and wisdom, discernment. Take anything that clicked with you here, take it to your own guides and pray on it and meditate on it. Because, there's a lot of tarot readers on YouTube. I mean, all over the place. I mean, even in real life, there's tons of people read tarot, and we all read it a little differently. I tend to be a little bit more focused on the energy, but my personal belief system also inflects on the cards, in that I believe in a sentient universe. I believe in a God. I believe in guides. I believe in angels. I don't think that I think that the world is vibration, and I think that we manifest things, but I don't think that it's just that. I think that the astrology plays hugely. The energy of the planets play hugely. People talk about God's timing all the time. God's timing is literally written in the planets. So I think astrology, being aware of it, is incredibly important. This is a big deal, y'all. We chose to be here on this planet at this time. It's like we wanted to see this planet, either watch it happen or be a part of it happening. If you're part of this twin flame sacred soulmate thing, you came down here to help this planet, like, literally shift. That's your place in it, is to get to this and let these relationships. You came down as a partner. You came down as two halves. I don't mean that you can't be whole on your own, but you came down as two halves to partner with somebody to help the energy shift on this planet. And at the end of the day, that's what matters, and that's what's important. And if that resonates true in your heart and in your soul, then you need to do the work so that you're ready. Because this is coming, this is happening, this is finally, I think that this spring is going to be the first real chance we've had for these relationships to come together. Because it started in 2012, but there have just been blocks everywhere because it's a timing thing. At the end of the day, I trust God. I trust the universe. I think that there is wisdom within it, and I think that there is a plan. And I think that we are just, needing to discern our parts in it the best we can and play our parts out. I'm going to stop talking now. I hope if you stuck with me this long, that I helped in some way. And I will see you all on the next reading. Thank you for being here. I really do appreciate you all so, so, so much. And I'll see you on the next reading.